Together, we can do things that would be impossible to do alone. And when we bargain together, united, we get big things done across the country. In the last 2 years, our members have signed major new contracts in New York City, Philadelphia, Boston, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Los Angeles, and more. These contracts mark the end of the fight back against austerity, for-profit charters, test and punish, chronic understaffing, and signal the fight forward for students and patients, racial and economic justice, the freedom to teach and care, and the fight to fund our future. We've added bargaining units with permanent and adjunct faculty at the University of New Mexico, with graduate students at Brown University, with graduate students at Georgetown University, with staff at Rockville Hospital in Connecticut, with medical technologists at St. Charles Medical Center in Bend, Oregon, and at Unity Center for Behavioral Health in Portland, Oregon. Educators and staff at 2 Chicago charters won a contract with reduced class sizes, more counselors, psychologists, and nurses, and wage increases. Educators and staff at Mundo Verde Bilingual Public Charter negotiated the District of Columbia's first ever charter school union contract. And we have more members now than at the time of the Supreme Court's decision in the union-busting Janus case. The work our teams across the country are doing at the bargaining table is having a real impact on issues far beyond pay and benefits. Nurses at Ohio State University won enforceable hospital-wide staffing ratios and limits on dangerous mandatory overtime. Patients of Good Samaritan Regional Medical Center in Corvallis, Oregon will be safer because of reduced extreme overtime. And management will be required to meet with nurses when mandatory overtime threatens operating room safety. Teachers in Chicago, Los Angeles, and Boston all secured much-needed school nurses and mental health professionals for the students they serve. Chicago schools now have class size caps, investments in special education and community schools, and limits on privatization. Because of their new contract, Los Angeles schools are implementing racially and culturally appropriate curriculum, as well as 30 new community schools. And students in Boston will benefit from having a paraprofessional in every classroom from kindergarten to 2nd grade. Members have also fought for the basics needed to get their jobs done. Teachers in Orlando won guaranteed bathroom breaks as well as protections for prep time. Teachers in Chicago refused to accept pay increases for themselves until they got a contract with long overdue increases for paraprofessionals, whose pay went up by an average of 40%. Members at Rutgers won a pathway to pay equity for women and faculty of color, as well as $20 million for diversity hiring and lactation spaces for all faculty and staff. Washington State nurses secured anti-retaliation measures for reporting staffing shortages and protected their sick leave and paid time off. None of these wins were easy, but the benefits to our members and the communities they serve will continue for generations. And none of this would have been possible for an individual, no matter how motivated, no matter how smart or well-funded. These victories can only come when we work together. Because when we care, we fight, we show up, and we vote, we win.